Hey guys, what's up? May here. So for today's video, what I wanted to cover is the four channels that you want to focus on as far as online advertising goes when you're trying to get leads for a B2B business. All right. So a lot of business owners aren't completely convinced on online advertising, and that's advertising using social media platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, Google AdWords, and online retargeting platforms such as AdRoll. And the big reason that they're not convinced about these platforms is because, hey, maybe they just don't understand how to go about making advertisements for these platforms. They're not convinced that business owners and serious people are actually active on these platforms and responding to ads on them, and they're not sure how much these platforms cost. So those are kind of the three things I wanted to break down for you today about these four platforms. So number one, there are business people on these platforms. There's business people on Facebook. You can get business to business leads that produce revenue on that platform for very cheap. There's obviously business people on LinkedIn. That is the go-to platform to get B2B leads from an advertising perspective. There are going to be B2B leads available on retargeting platforms such as AdRoll, and there absolutely are business people looking for solutions to their problems using services like Google, and you can get in front of them using things like AdWords. Now, to address the point of these platforms being too expensive for business owners to play with, how many leads do you think you need every month? Let's say you need 100 leads. I've actually been able to get business-to-business leads on a platform like Facebook for as low as $8 a lead. So you could be spending as little as $800 getting highly targeted business-to-business leads. And we're not even talking about people that are lower on the corporate totem pole. We're talking about people that are managers, that are on the vice president level, in some cases even CEOs. We've all seen those come in on our lead gen programs, and they're all coming in at $8 a lead, and it's insane how cheap it is to get these people's contact information to get them in your marketing funnel. So there's really no reason not to use Facebook to go ahead and try to get business-to-business leads in there from an advertising perspective. Now, depending on your keyword that you select, the next cheapest option is going to be Google AdWords. For Google AdWords, the cost per lead that I've seen has been anywhere from $20 to $50. And that's been pretty stable for around the past 6 or 7 months that I've been operating in the AdWords space. Now, depending on what sort of keyword you're bidding for and who you're trying to get ahead in front of, your cost per lead may be significantly higher or it may be significantly lower, and that all depends on your bidding strategy, which is why AdWords is a bit of a finicky beast, but we'll get into that more in another video. The point is that even on AdWords, if you just say bid your company's branded keywords, so for example, if your company is called Evogen Delta Nutrition or something, right? Let's just say your company's called Evogen Nutrition. And you want to make sure that whenever someone types in Evogen, they see your company come up. So you just bid for that keyword Evogen. And I guarantee you 99% of the time your branded keyword is going to be really cheap to bid for, and it's going to go ahead and get you really great results. Because if someone is searching for your company on Google, then they already have a high degree of interest in your product because they know your brand name. And that means they're more likely to convert. So while you might get less leads from Google AdWords, in that it'll never be as high of a lead volume producer as Facebook would be, those leads are much more likely to convert, and they're inherently higher value because of that. Because let's say you get 30 leads from AdWords and 300 leads from Facebook, those 30 leads from AdWords are going to be significantly more powerful in terms of producing sales for your business. Okay, so let's move on to number 3, which is going to be AdRoll. Okay, so how does AdRoll work? AdRoll is essentially a retargeting platform that combines different websites together. So AdRoll has a distribution network of hundreds, thousands, even thousands of websites that people in different industries like to visit, right? Blogs, e-commerce sites, things of that nature. And what you can do on AdRoll is you can place an AdRoll pixel on your website, okay? And once this pixel is on your website, let's say your prospect arrives onto your website, and then he goes to a different website where he likes to browse and read articles, say like Forbes or Inc. because you have that AdRolls pixel on your website, your advertisements are going to be showing up on Forbes. They're going to be showing up on Inc. magazine online. They're going to be showing up on Entrepreneur if that's what your target market likes to read, right? So now not only are you serving your advertisements in Facebook if you're running Facebook, not only are you showing up in their Google searches, but now you're showing up where they're consuming content that they themselves are interested in reading. So you're coming up alongside names like Entrepreneur, Inc., Forbes. And what is this doing? This is building credibility for your business by being able to show up on these websites, right? Because people don't understand that you can just buy advertising on these websites, and people that aren't in marketing don't know how easy it is for a marketer to go ahead and put their content up on that website using an advertisement. So if you go ahead and do that, that is going to put you ahead of the game. Now, as far as a cost per leads perspective, AdRoll again is getting towards the more pricey side, but retargeting always is more pricey. Why is that? Because your retargeted audience is going to be significantly smaller than a fresh audience that you get in Facebook, because you're going to convert some people on your different traffic acquisition channels, right? Those people are going to come to your website. Only a small percentage of them are coming to your website, and that small percentage is the percentage you're targeting using retargeting on AdRoll. So the cost per lead on that small percentage is going to be higher just because you're showing the same ads to the same people over and over again until they finally convert, right? But again, those leads in AdRoll that you're going to get are going to be of higher value than a fresh lead from like Facebook, like 1 out of 1,000 leads that you got from Facebook, right? And that's just the nature of the game. As volume increases, cost per lead seems to go down, and as the volume you're targeting decreases, cost per lead goes down, but lead quality on average comes up. Sorry, cost per lead goes up as well as volume comes down, and lead quality goes up, right? So rewind that if that didn't make sense. Now, the final and generally most expensive platform to get leads on is going to be LinkedIn. And why is LinkedIn so expensive? It just is. All the B2B businesses are bidding on LinkedIn. They're all trying to get in front of the same people, so you're getting outbid left and right. And that's just how it works on that platform. So on LinkedIn, I've been talking to the rep. I've spent around $30,000 a month on LinkedIn so far for the past year or so. So I have a fair bit of experience on the platform. So basically what I found in talking to my LinkedIn rep, so once you hit a certain amount of spend every month on LinkedIn, they'll actually assign you a representative and a team at LinkedIn to kind of talk to you, tell you how your account's doing, give you ideas on where to fix things of that nature. But they'll also tell you if your performance is how you rank against other advertisers on LinkedIn. So what I've come to find is that most people on LinkedIn are not doing so well. Most companies on LinkedIn are paying $60, $70, $80, even $120 a lead on that platform, and they think they're doing great, but they're really not. And what you can actually do on LinkedIn is if you get in there as manager enough, spend enough time in there, work on it, update it every week, track the right metrics, which I know how to do, you can actually get as low as $30 per lead. And I'm actually doing $8.32 per lead using their new lead forms on LinkedIn right now. And these are high quality leads. Now, when we look at our conversion funnel for LinkedIn, people that we bring in from LinkedIn are several times more likely to convert than people we bring in from Facebook. However, the challenge becomes that if you can't lower your cost per lead on LinkedIn, you just simply can't get to the high enough volume where the quality of lead matters enough to the point that your sales reps can make enough calls that they can get it on the phone with enough people to the point where you can start getting those customers coming in through the door, right? So again, it's always about balancing lead quality, balancing lead volume, balancing cost per lead, and figuring out what the right mix of all these channels, strategies, budgets is going to be for your product and your marketplace. And playing with these 4 channels, AdWords, Facebook, AdRoll, LinkedIn, is really the best place to start when you have your budget. That's all for now, and I'll see you on the next video.